Oh, hi. 'Tis I, requesting that you please like, follow, or what is it called? Subscribe. And, oh, shut up. I'm just
I
trying
didn't really
to
say anything yet. I was just gagging.
Well, disgag. In any case,
Now I need a diaper.
like, subscribe, and or follow, and tell all your friends and enemies that This Is True Really News is available on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and Listen Notes.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true, as far as you know.
Yep.
Just read your darn news.
We're apologizing to those of you who just kind of just found us because there are a lot of inside jokes and we just don't explain them.
There, bizarre. By the way, there's also a ton of Easter eggs everywhere. So just get ready. No, in the headlines and stuff like that. There's constantly references to other things.
Looking for Easter eggs.
I'm looking for corduroy pillowcases.
But a bizarre twist on the old cat burglar story from Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Had to be.
Youpers.
It's either that or Appalachia, I'm guessing. Please, all angry emails to Scott Combs. According to Lorient Police Department in Houghton County, man woke up just after 4:14 a.m. Boy, they're precise.
There's a 4:14 a.m.?
Yeah, it's right before 4:15 a.m. And it's a lot like 4:15 p.m., only darker. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I got up weird time, found another man pointing a gun at his head, and he was demanding that he give him the 2 cats that lived there. Yep. The man who, ready for this line? The man who broke into the home without permission.
That got past an editor somewhere.
Welcome to Michigan. Took one of the cats before leaving, according to police. One of the cats, because I'm guessing he could only catch one. Cats are not exactly the most friendly creatures. Here, boy, no. Police believe the suspect knew the homeowner prior to the home invasion. Well, I could have asked permission to break in then.
Exactly. Hey, I'm going to break in tomorrow morning. Yeah, sure. Just do it quietly.
Listen, could you wait till after 6, though? Because
I don't like getting up at 4:14.
In the morning. Yes. He was located by police a short time later, according to a news release, because obviously he's not the brightest tree on the bulb. The gun was seized during the arrest and was booked in Houghton County Jail on charges of home invasion and felonious assault. And taking a cat without permission, probably. Police told WLUC TV6 that it's unknown if the cat has been located. Following the suspect's arrest, the incident is still under investigation. They got the guy, but not the cat. You know why? Because the cat is smarter than the guy. Meow.
This is from Major Brian Scholl's book, Sled Driver, Flying the World's Fastest Jet. It was first published in 1991. It's now in its 6th printing or more, and it's all about his experience flying SR-71 Blackbirds, fastest aircraft ever made. And it is the greatest story of one-upsmanship ever. Keep in mind that jet jockeys, the fighter pilots in any of our branches of the military, are some of the cockiest human beings ever.
And they and surgeons really have to be.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, you want them to. You kind of like that cockiness. They've got to think they can do what they're about to do. So picture an SR-71 Blackbird at 80,000 feet screaming across the Arizona desert. The backseat in an SR-71 is tasked with monitoring the radios. The predominant radio chatter on this day was from Los Angeles Center. Now, normally, an SR-71 crew would not talk to them unless they needed to descend into their airspace.
I wouldn't talk to them just on general principle.
But this day was different.
Uh-oh.
It seems a Cessna pilot popped up on frequency to ask Center for a readout of his ground speed. Center replied, November Charlie 175, I'm showing you at 90 knots on the ground. Moments after the Cessna's inquiry, about the tiniest plane you can fly, a Twin Beach piped up and in a rather superior tone asked for his ground speed. I have you at 125 knots of ground speed, says Center. Next, a Navy FA-18 pilot Sounds off. Center Dusty 52.
Yes, he wants his speed too.
Yeah. Center Dusty 52, ground speed check. Now, FA-18 Hornets have ground speed indicators on board.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy was just flexing.
You just have two amateurs, that's all. So now
Right.
you're going to put them in their place.
Right. And Center knew it, but came back cool and professional. Dusty 52, Center, we have you at 620 on the ground. And that's when the back seat of the SR-71 keyed his mic and asked,
Oh, of course.
Los Angeles Center, Aspen 20, can you give us a ground speed check? No hesitation. Aspen 20, I show you at 1,842 knots across the ground. To which the SR-71 replied, Center, much thanks. We're showing closer to 1,900 on the money. Roger that, Aspen. Your equipment is probably more accurate than ours. You boys have a good one.
To which the two amateur pilots went, wow, and the Navy pilot went, son of a... Got it.
I thought I was the baddest thing out here.
I should have bet I'm not the baddest thing in the block.
Over to you, man.
2 weeks after, as long as we're flying, 2 weeks after a plea deal fell through in connection with a 2019 attempt to stow away on a flight at Chicago's O'Hare International, 69-year-old Marilyn Hartman was arrested and charged with trespassing as she attempted to sneak onto another flight at O'Hare International Airport. According to the AP story, at the time of her 2019 arrest, Hartman was on probation after bypassing security in January of 2018. Can you see the time frame here? She boarded a flight from Chicago to London without a ticket. The Cook County Sheriff's Department says it plans to seek a felony escape charge for Hartman. My question is, where in God's earth would a 69-year-old have to go that bad, assuming it's not just to jail? Maybe she wanted to go to jail.
Maybe this is part of her bucket list.
To stow away on a flight to London.
Yeah.
She's got to get out more. Of course, you probably won't know, but that's a whole nother story.
Exactly.
Sorry.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.